The entertainment world has been rocked to its core with the latest revelation surrounding the tragic death of actor and singer Menglong. After weeks of speculation, whispers, and unconfirmed leaks, the Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters has officially confirmed the arrest of the woman believed to be the mastermind behind the shocking chain of events that led to Yu's untimely passing. The identity of this woman, long cloaked in mystery, has now been revealed. Her confession, cold and unnerving, has sent shockwaves not only across China but throughout the global entertainment industry. For months, fans had questioned the circumstances of Menglong's sudden collapse at a private gathering, where he was reported to have ingested alcohol laced with stimulants. At first, the tragedy seemed like another cautionary tale of excess. Fortunate accident in a high-pressure industry. Behind the curtains, investigators were piecing together fragments of testimony, surveillance footage, and financial records that pointed to something far more sinister. At the center of it all stood a woman whose influence in Chinese showbiz had stretched far beyond the public's imagination. Her name is Li Wei, 42 years old, a former producer and self-styled talent broker who had been referred to by industry insiders as the queenmaker of Beijing. For years, she operated in the shadows of production houses and talent agencies, pulling strings with uncanny precision. She was known to have transformed unknown faces into household names overnight, securing them roles in high-budget dramas, coveted endorsements, and glossy magazine covers. Yet for all her power and visibility in industry circles, the wider public knew almost nothing about her. Always said that Li Wei preferred her pawns to be visible while she herself stayed invisible. Her arrest has unmasked a side of Chinese entertainment that few dared to speak about openly. According to exclusive details obtained by Red Carpet revealed from Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters, Li Wei had a direct motive for orchestrating Menglong's downfall. Yu, who rose to fame through his roles in popular web dramas and his angelic singing voice, had reportedly clashed with Li over financial arrangements and personal expectations. Early in his career, she had extended him opportunities and connections. When her demands became overbearing, both in terms of money and in terms of rumored personal involvement, Yu began to push back. He thought he could rise without me, Li Wei reportedly told investigators during her first hours of interrogation. He thought he could defy me. No one defies me in this industry. This chilling statement was part of a broader confession that has now been partially released by the authorities. According to investigators, Li Wei admitted to having arranged for one of her close associates to supply controlled stimulants, which were then discreetly slipped into Yu's drink during a private gathering. The event was supposed to humiliate him, not kill him, she claimed. But the consequences spiraled out of her control. The police's official spokesperson stated in their briefing, "Through our investigation, we have established clear evidence that Li Wei orchestrated the indirect administration of illegal stimulants to Mr. Menglong. The method involved her ordering an intermediary to provide the substances, which were later introduced into alcoholic beverages consumed by the victim. What we are looking at is not a simple matter of one person's malice, but a system of control that has operated unchecked within the entertainment world." The implications of this statement cannot be overstated. The death of Menglong may only be the surface of a much deeper and darker undercurrent in Chinese entertainment. Li Wei's arrest has opened a Pandora's box of questions. Who else has been victimized? Who else was complicit? How many careers were manipulated, destroyed, or forcibly redirected under her influence? Industry insiders, speaking under condition of anonymity, paint a picture of a woman who wielded immense control through fear and coercion. She could blacklist an actor with one phone call. One director claimed, "If you didn't cooperate with her, and yourself cut from projects, your endorsements mysteriously pulled, your name smeared in the tabloids. You pleased her. You were guaranteed success." It was within this environment of quiet terror that Menglong found himself increasingly at odds with Li Wei. Sources suggest that he refused to sign certain contracts that handed over an unfair percentage of his earnings. More explosively, rumors point to tensions that went beyond professional disputes, hinting at Li Wei's alleged attempts to blur personal and professional boundaries. When Yu pushed back, the relationship turned toxic. Her motive, as revealed in her confession, to reassert her dominance, to remind him who controlled his destiny. Her words during interrogation revealed something more haunting. "You don't understand," she told police officers. Menglong wasn't the only one. Many of them drank from the same glass. These words, brief yet terrifying, suggest a network of manipulation far wider than initially believed. Could it be that other celebrities have been similarly compromised, coerced, or controlled? Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters has confirmed that further investigations are ongoing, with several notable industry figures now under scrutiny. Fans across the country have reacted with a mixture of grief, fury, and disbelief. Online forums are flooded with messages of heartbreak. Have been organized in major cities, and hashtags such as Justice for Yu Menglong and Dark Side of Showbiz are trending across Chinese social media. International outlets have also seized upon the story, with headlines calling it China's biggest entertainment scandal in a decade. Meanwhile, talent agencies, directors, fellow actors are scrambling to distance themselves from Li Wei. Some stars have quietly deleted old posts that linked them to her, while others have issued statements of shock, claiming ignorance of her methods. Yet behind the scenes, panic is palpable. Li Wei's confession is only the beginning. Then many more names could soon be exposed. The story of Yu Menglong's death, once framed as a tragic accident, now morphed into a scandal that threatens to unravel the very fabric of Chinese show business. What began as whispers in the back alleys of Beijing's entertainment district is now a full-blown investigation reaching into the highest levels of the industry. The world now knows the name Li Wei. What the world does not yet fully grasp is the scale of the darkness she has unveiled. Her arrest was not the end of the story, it was merely the beginning of a descent into the shadowy underbelly of the Chinese entertainment industry. As more details surface, it is becoming increasingly clear that Yu Menglong's tragic death is not an isolated tragedy, but rather a symptom of a much larger, systemic corruption that has long thrived behind the glamour and flashing lights of showbiz. The interrogation of Li Wei, conducted at the Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters, has already produced statements so chilling that even seasoned investigators were reportedly left shaken. Sources within the department have confirmed exclusively to Red Carpet revealed that Li Wei confessed not only to orchestrating Yu Menglong's downfall but also to manipulating the fates of several other rising stars. He wasn't the first, said in a recorded statement. Her voice described as cold, detached, most boastful, and he would not have been the last. According to police transcripts, she explained her method of control, offering opportunities in exchange for loyalty, then using illicit substances as tools of coercion when her influence was challenged. These revelations cast a new light on rumors that have swirled in the industry for years, rumors of mysterious breakdowns, sudden career collapses, unexplained scandals that seemed to strike promising stars just as they were about to rise. The authorities have now launched parallel investigations into several production companies linked to Li Wei. Financial records show suspicious transactions funneled through shell corporations, with connections reaching as far as Hong Kong and Singapore. It is alleged that she maintained a complex network of enforcers, investors, and complicit insiders who benefited from her empire of control. The police, careful not to release names prematurely, have hinted that well-known industry figures are being questioned. This has triggered a frenzy of speculation online. Fans dissecting old photos, event lineups, casting announcements in search of hidden connections. While Li Wei's confession has revealed details of the night that changed everything. In her own words, she described the fateful gathering. He was laughing, drinking, pretending to be free of me. But I knew better. Made sure the glass he held was mine to control. He thought he was untouchable. No one is untouchable. Cruelty of her statement has fueled public outrage, with many condemning her as the embodiment of arrogance and corruption in the industry. Yet perhaps the most disturbing aspect of her testimony was not her admission of guilt, but her suggestion of complicity at higher levels. "Do you think I acted alone?" she allegedly sneered during questioning. "You will never understand how deep this goes. I am not the only one. I am only the one you caught." These words have set off alarm bells not only in entertainment circles but also in political ones. Commentators are now asking whether this scandal could grow to implicate financiers, media executives, and perhaps even government-connected figures who allowed Li Wei to operate unchecked for years. The Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters has refused to comment on this speculation, but their official spokesperson confirmed that the investigation has widened and that multiple persons of interest are now cooperating with authorities. For fans, the revelations are almost too much to bear. Vigils for Yu Menglong continue across China. thousands gathering in silence, holding candles, and projecting his face on building walls. Online spaces have become forums of both mourning and rage. Fans demand full transparency and justice, not only for you, but for every unnamed victim of Li Wei's network. International fans, too, have mobilized, trending hashtags such as expose the dark side and justice for you across global platforms. Within the entertainment industry itself, panic is palpable. Several dramas and films linked to Li Wei's companies have abruptly halted production. Stars once photographed smiling beside her are now rushing to issue public statements denouncing her. One young actress, whose name has not yet been released, reportedly come forward to police claiming she too was drugged at a party arranged by Li Wei. If confirmed, this would open the floodgates to further testimonies and solidify the case that Yu Menglong's death was part of a pattern of calculated manipulation. Yet amid the chaos, the voice of Li Wei still echoes. He was never meant to die, she repeated in her confession. He was supposed to break him, not end him. But maybe fate wanted him gone. Maybe fate wanted me exposed. The ambiguity of her words has only deepened the public's unease, suggesting a woman who still views herself as central to the destiny of others, even as she sits in custody. Beijing Municipal Police Headquarters has assured the public that every word of her confession is being carefully analyzed and that forensic teams are working around the clock to corroborate her statements. This case is unprecedented, the spokesperson said in an exclusive comment. It is not only about the tragic death of one beloved artist, but about a hidden structure of exploitation. We'll uncover the full truth, no matter how far it reaches. Story unfolds. One question now dominates the headlines: how many more names will fall? Already, speculation abounds that several A-list celebrities could be implicated, not necessarily as perpetrators but as victims who were silenced, controlled, or coerced into compliance. Journalists are digging through archives, re-examining sudden disappearances of actors from the limelight, and revisiting unexplained scandals that once baffled the public. The chilling possibility remains that Yu Menglong's case is just the tip of an iceberg, too massive to fully comprehend. His death may be the catalyst for an industry-wide reckoning, an unmasking of power structures that have thrived in secrecy for decades. But with so much at stake, our fears that attempts may be made to contain or suppress the full truth. For now, the world waits. Fans cling to the hope that Yu Menglong's name will not fade into the list of forgotten tragedies, but will instead become the rallying cry for change in an industry long rumored to be haunted by corruption. His legacy, bright and tragically cut short, ignited a movement that refuses to let his death be in vain. As the police continue their work, one thing is clear: the confession of Li Wei is not the end but a beginning. Behind her cold words lie secrets that could topple reputations, end careers, and expose the darkest corners of Chinese showbiz. The spotlight, once focused on red carpets and flashing cameras, now turned into an interrogation lamp, revealing truths too raw to ignore. Her arrest may have shaken the world. Words, "he wasn't the only one," are what will haunt it.